All right, so she is live. Sign into the chat. I don't need to yet. All right. So you got that. Gotcha. Boom. Got that. And then, hold on, guys. I'm almost ready. I'm almost ready. Let me get you. Boom. Put that in here. Let's get TikTok and we be ready to roll. Give me 2 seconds. Give me that. Let's see what we got here. Give me 2 seconds. Almost ready, people. Almost ready. If we just do what I need. One time. There we go. Let's throw them up here. Let's get it going. Let me send some notifications out and I'll be ready, people. Give me a minute. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, boom, 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 boom. Almost there, people. Chat growing a little bit. All right. Gotcha. All right. All right, that's sent out. Says boom, we got that out there. So we got that sent out. Almost ready, people. Almost ready. Just getting everything out of the way. All right, let me get this. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. All right, there we go. All right, boom, got that. Boom. So, okay, so everything should be streaming like it's supposed to. People, welcome back to a brand new episode. I'm actually streaming 2 different shows at the same time right now. I am streaming the Scott Free Morning Show, just like usual, and I'm also doing a new one called the L. Talk. It's a different platform, different whole setup, the whole 9, but I'm doing a test run today. Simultaneously, this will be the only day if it works well. Just trying to see if it works. But people, on today's episode, let me get this out of my ear. On today's episode, we're going to dive into, you see the title. I tried to go ahead and cover this before it gets out of the lexicon, because I'm going to be honest with you. This whole Killer Mike thing, man, I've been seeing video after video after video after video after video of people just being nasty when it comes to this brother and how dare he? Oh my God, you're the most horrible human being in the world. You're the type of person, the reason why we're in this. And I'm thinking to myself, brother, do y'all know this was gonna happen regardless? This has nothing to do with Killer Mike. It has nothing to do with people who did or didn't vote. This was gonna happen, but we'll get into it. I'll try to get some time, let some people get in here. Like I said, welcome in YouTube. I think we're streaming 2 times, so hopefully that working well. Hopefully everything is helped. Hopefully you can hear everything well. If you cannot, definitely throw it in the chat, and I'll look it up. People, it's Monday. I got the Monday blues today, so hopefully we got to pick this energy up. So, all right. So first things first, while we get people to come in, I gotta cover a couple of things that was pressing on me over the weekend. First things first, I know it's a lot of ladies coming, so ladies, I'm not gonna be talking sports a lot on this platform, but I had to address this while we're waiting for people to come in. Stephen A. Smith, I honestly, it don't make no sense to me. Stephen A. Smith on this Cam Newton episode that I just saw makes like no earthly sense whatsoever. This whole tough talk and how he's hurt by the black community and how because his blackness is, I'm like, brother, no, it don't work like that. Look, did y'all catch that? Honestly, did anybody catch Stephen A. Smith talking that he was most hurt by people challenging or questioning his blackness? And I'm thinking to myself, brother, what do you mean? That's all you do is challenge. You look, brother, you have like I ain't gonna say the C word because I don't know, TikTok is not friendly with any words. So I'm just gonna say like this. Stephen A. Smith, you cannot say the things that you say, do the things that you do, and then also think that you're gonna freaking see us in the mind or we just okie doke and we look, this is what y'all think. Roland does this a lot too. Roland Martin does it. They always try to make us feel like we just crazy for what we feel. And let's be honest, Stephen A., everything you say and do moves just like you ain't for the culture. You don't. You don't get to you look. I'm sorry. I know that the white D man gets to do that. He gets to say one thing and do another, and that's because he runs the money. But you not gonna sit back and act like we crazy when we hear you talk. It's funny to me. Anyways, I digress. Again, anytime if you're coming on air, we're trying to give it a little time. Like you said, I was letting people know last week, TikTok is getting more, TikTok and YouTube, they're getting more and more less friendly to the channel, so they're not sending notifications out at all. So if you are coming in to help a brother out, send the notification out, hit the like button, hit it 32,000 times, and then let other people know to hit it 32,000 times, and then we'll get the show started, because we do need to talk about what Killer Mike had going on. We do. I want to cover with you guys. I think it's worth the conversation. And I think it's from an objective space, because what I think people are doing right now, especially the ones who are diving out the window, they're coming from an emotional state, if you ask me. But I digress. I will say it from there. But anyway, let me double check and make sure that the audio is well. If you can hear me well, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me well, because I really would like to know. Hit the like button. Let me know you hear it. And let's go ahead and dive on into it. Like I said, I get long-winded anyway. And I got a couple other things on the back end of that. So we run out of time quickly. I got other stuff I need to cover too. Because I do want to cover this whole Zeus Network thing. I brought it up like a couple of weeks ago on here. I brought it up that I just knew something wasn't right when I saw a black man having I know I come from the web development world, so I know how hard it is to get something like a social media network off the ground. And for this brother to be so young and to do, I knew something wasn't right. And I found the information out about his family that makes sense. But I didn't even realize how deep the rabbit hole goes. So I want to cover that a little bit too, if we have time. And if not, I'll cover it tomorrow. But or if I do it. No. I won't be doing it anymore this week. I gotta tell you guys about that too. I won't be doing it anymore this week, I don't think. But we'll get into it. I'll let you know at the end. So let me go and dive into it. So Killer Mike. So first things first, this is what made me. For anyone watching, again, YouTube, I can't show it. TikTok, I can't show it to you. You have to go over to YouTube to watch it. As of right now, you can watch it on two different channels. You can watch it on a channel called lel.dot talk, T-A-L-K, L.talk. You can go over there on YouTube, put it in. It should be streaming live right there. Or you can hit the subscribe button if you get your ass over there. And over there, you can go to YouTube, or you can go over to 300 Radio and the number 1, and that could pull up right there too. Hit the subscribe button if you're over there. Okay. But I'm gonna try to throw a little audio up real quick. And one of these audios, this audio, I'm ready to put it on the screen for you guys. Let me pull it up for you to YouTube while I'm talking. I'm putting the audio up and a video up of this young man who this older gentleman who's going off about Killer Mike. Killer Mike, let me set the stage. Killer Mike, matter of fact, I think Killer Mike sets the stage for you. So I'm gonna let the man do it. We're gonna walk through it, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts on this. So I got it pulled up there. Boom, got that pulled up there. Let me make sure everything's pulled up, guys. Give me 2 seconds. All right, so boom, that's on. Trying to make sure everything's square. All right, give me 2 seconds because I got to go back over there to it. I'm doing too much. Again, I'm a one-man band over here, people. One-man band. Just bear with me. All right, so we get that. Pull that there. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to hit the play button. Both of them pulled up. Get over there. All right, boom. We in there. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to hit the play button. Make sure she's up. All right, this was just the older gentleman. This is what got me to thinking I needed to cover this. This is what this young gentleman had to say about Killer Mike. All right, here we go. Fair use to YouTube. Okay, so just, you got the stage. If you didn't understand, if you couldn't hear it well, he's basically letting the stage out that they have basically removed something. And one, people have not gone into detail about what they've done. They've basically, and like I said, I went through the whole thing over the weekend to figure out what was going on. because I know when whatever the news says, it could either be underplayed or overplayed. So what they're basically saying is that the Voting Rights Act has basically had some provisions that were put in place that was basically, I'll make it the most simplistic way I can put it. They had language in there that basically you didn't have to prove racial implications was happening for them to have to change the law. They have basically made it easier now to where harder now you have to prove something is being racially biased you have to prove something is racially biased before they'll actually change it politically now when it comes to the Voting Rights Act. That's the most simplistic way I can put it, because basically all they're saying is that, and I'm tripping off that because I could have sworn that's how it was anyway. Because every time they go to court, you can see something is racially charged and they'll say, nope, race has nothing to do with it. But anyway, so that was the stage. Now this is the young man I want y'all to hear talk about Killer Mike, though. This is what he had to say. Now, let me address these other people. Let me please address these other people, and then we get back to Killer Mike, because I hate when they do that. First things first, let me use Ice Cube. Ice Cube didn't do anything. Ice Cube, for the people who won't pay attention, if they're mad at Ice Cube, because Ice Cube came up with a plan for Black America, I forgot the name of it. But if he came up with this thing, and the Republicans said, we'll sit down and talk to you about it, y'all forget that the Democrats said, no, we'll talk to you after the election. And they never met with him. So anybody who just says, I want to come up with my own plan, you don't have to take it serious, but I can't keep sitting on my hands. I have to do something. I don't understand where he became a Republican. I don't understand it, because I've never heard him say this. Now, maybe it's just me. Snoop is what I say all the time. Look, I try to stay off of Snoop because for some reason Snoop could be untouchable. So I use my words really lightly when I use Snoop, because I've covered him before. I said this before about Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the only person I've ever seen in the world who embodies everything that they say black men should not be, because it is a walking stereotype, and he's a superstar that they don't mind at any level. How do you accomplish that? Then you find out that he gets to do things like I always say, the thing that makes the smoking gun, and there's no indictment, I don't know. I'm just saying, when there's smoke, a lot of times there's fire. But when I see him and his cousin Daz who says, I wrote majority of the music. I produced majority of the music that Death Row had. Outside of Dr. Dre, it was me. And they say, look, why your cousin ain't getting paid, but you paying staff members my royalty. And then when he puts that out there about Snoop, what do you think Snoop's response is? If Snoop's going to say something to the public, Snoop's response is going to be, that's a goddamn lie. This is not true. You're going to have to deal with my lawyers. But out here slandering my name, you are getting your proper amount, and I'll prove it in court. No, Snoop didn't say anything remotely close to that. Snoop said, better keep my name out your MF mouth. All right, cuz? You better keep my name out your mouth. And see, to me, I was like, that's not the time to want to fight somebody. This is not hood time. You talking about royalties, man. This time to be professional. So I don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I say with Snoop, it's just, hey, I get it. But I don't know what he did so far as the Republic. Is it because they be performing at these shows? Is that what it is? And I'm going to look at the comments in a few minutes. But is that what it is? Is it because Nelly and them and Snoop and all those cats were performed at the show? And I'm thinking to myself, I know that can't be it, because remember this, these are rappers that are not on the radio anymore. So there's no machine behind them. That means that if you not going out buying Nelly the Country Grammar Part 12 that he dropped this year, I didn't say he did, I'm just saying if he did, you would have to go out and support that. And we just know from the track record of how we do things, no, we don't buy music like that. So what are these old people supposed to do if somebody's offering them money to go perform? I didn't think your political views was dictated by that, is it? To me, I don't see what, unless, if Nelly came out and said some slick shit, you know what I'm saying? It's different. If he did, I didn't hear it. If Snoop said some slick, I didn't hear it. If Ice Cube said some slick, I didn't hear it. But outside of what I think and what I know is that Snoop performed, Nelly performed, Ice Cube Had the plan for Black America. I don't know what the issue is with Ice Cube. What did he do wrong? Let me see if anybody even addressed it. If somebody addressed it, maybe it's me. Hold on a second. Give me 2 seconds. Good Lord, because I wasn't going to plan on coming into the comments this fast. But let's see if anything's in here. Come on, thing. Oh, Lord. Here we go. There we go. Boom. There we go. What's going on, my people? What's going on? I appreciate everybody for being here today. I appreciate you. All right, so this is what I'm thinking. All right, so since everybody in here, let's go ahead and get into it even deeper. Let's let my man finish his comments. I hope TikTok, I'm going to try to mute it if he gets to cussing. Okay, so give me 2 seconds and I'm going to tell you. Give me a second. All right. Give me a second. Share the live, too. Share the live. All right, there you go. Hold on. Now, that's where I want to stop. And I don't care how many people here, I don't care how many people hear this. I want someone to tell me 2 things. First things first. Do you really believe because of the president that's in there that things would have been differently? Now, would have been them in Iran? I don't know what the plan would have been. But I'm trying to definitively tell you this. It's just this. You can't run down on black folks. I'm going to go a different route. If you was here before, you know I talk about this. Your vote is quid pro quo. If black folks ask for something, you have to address it if you want them to vote. If they choose not to vote, it is your fault, not the people. People are not supposed to just jump up and vote just because you said to out of fear. Fear is not moving us forward as a culture. That's what everybody says they want. So right now, telling me about Kamala Harris being the most qualified person, I'm here. I am not a Democrat or a Republican. These people are horrible. If that lady loved you so much, tell me what she said that made you love her so much. What did she have in that plan that was going to be so great for us that was going to help us? Because what I keep hearing all the time is that she is qualified. She's qualified. Nigga sitting in the car. Another one sitting in the bathroom. It sounds like a script at this point. Someone tells me what made her qualified. Because I say this, as being number 2 may not be number 1, but if you need to get something done for Black America, then you need to be in that motherfucker's ear saying something. When you were on the campaign trail, when you were running for president, when you should have said to Black America, what do you want? What do you need? Like I said the other day, if black men said they wanted zebras, then damn it, you need to set aside a budget so you can get niggas zebras. It doesn't matter if it's stupid to you. You need their vote. So stop blaming people for not wanting to vote for people who have not done anything for them. If this man is running ragged on this country, it is because that's what they want to do. I don't know why we under the impression that these people are we voting them in and they going crazy. I'm going to tell you how you should know. Use your common sense that this country cannot move. It cannot flip-flop the way they say it do. If Barack Obama brought in millions upon millions of fans on all sides of the fence and everybody fell in love, they had Jesse Jackson out there crying like a pygmy. Everybody and their mama loved Obama. Then tell me how in the world when he came out of office and he came out with a plus, they said. Now, it wasn't for black folks, but they said we were coming out in great condition. How do you turn around and then elect the total polar opposite of him? Because the plan is to move that way. I need people to understand this. I understand that you thinking that these people are up there in that office making these decisions. Somebody's making bigger plans at all times. At the very time that we're now talking about Iran, do y'all realize them files ain't nobody talking about no more? Every time they want to move us in a direction, we go. Look, black folks, I hate to tell you, your jobs disappeared because they dropped immigrants on us by the millions. That started years ago. This is not, I don't know what in the world they think he done all of a sudden by himself. This one man done in the last 6 months that have messed up black folks. We were trending this way the whole time. You want to know how I know it? You should know it too. Go watch every show that you can find when you want to talk to a black person and you have to see what their occupation is. Everybody and their mama is an entrepreneur. Why? Because they're not getting employed in mass numbers in any field anymore. So what we need to be complaining about more than anything else right now is this. If you're not going to deal with the reparations part of things, then your politicians need to be at least speaking to the fact of where they're going to find jobs for black people. Again, there are politicians who care about you, but they can't do it by themselves. They need a collective to do it. And these people need to start speaking to us. And again, I said this a year ago before the man went into office. Good. I was talking to my co-host. She said to me, I said to her, how did the Democrats lose so bad? Because nobody wanted to vote anymore. And I said, for them to want to get, how are they going to get people back to vote? Because you know they're not going to say they're giving reparations. How are you going to get black people to come out that did not feel the need to vote last time because there was nothing for them to vote again? I said, this man is going to have to wreck shop on the world. And I've proceeded to watch it happen. You've watched it happen. You want to know why this is happening too? Because they need you back on the train. So think about you, black person. I'm talking to the black person who did not vote last time. I said, man, what's the point? I'm not even doing this no more until they tell me something. But then you have sensibleness because you've been to the gas pump. Because you've been out there and they keep talking about dropping them pum-pums everywhere. You've been thinking about all this stuff you've been saying. Now you're thinking to yourself, man, I may need to, maybe she wasn't going to be so bad. You see how the fear got hold of you? No, every time you think it's this fear. I said this last week. Let me stop. Let me slow down. I already get hostile. I saw a video last week of George Bush, the last one, George W. Bush. He's interviewing and they're talking to him about Michelle Obama and their friendship with each other. And they got to talking about how they had candy back and forth. And I'm not even gonna tell you about the story. I'm just looking in the comment section and I'm watching black folk after black folks after black folk talk about how, oh my God, man, we didn't know how good we had it even when he was there. And we thought we didn't like him. Or, man, it sounds how we, it's amazing how we didn't like him before. We love him now because he treat that black woman well. And I'm thinking to myself, why do we have political amnesia? The same fear that you got then, you are getting now. Do y'all not remember that we had the terror alerts all the time, that we had to be indoors? This stuff happens all the time. You're going to think it's just because of the party. No, it is, excuse me, it is literally the way that they work. It is very easy to get people to move through fear. Okay, great. 2028, everybody shows up. Democrats gets in the office. Boom, gonna get it. So now you're gonna tell me, can you tell me what year when they got into office after, like, come on, what did Obama do to help us as black folks? Now remember, before you jump out there, remember, the gig culture came in with Obama. He signed the bill, the reason why everybody and their mama has to subsidize their money with Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, and everything else. I'm trying to tell people all the time, the plan is always for black people to suffer at the bottom. What you're seeing right now is a play because black folks is out here asking for stuff. This is the first time, I've been an adult for a very long time, but this is the first time as an adult that black folks are standing on and saying, I need something for me. I'm delineating from everyone else. I'm being specific. This is what everybody and their mama's saying from our culture right now. And it's not ironic. At the same time, now you got people trying to deport you, talking about that. They're trying to fearmonger you with deportation, fearmonger with you. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be bullet bags. It's just every time you turn around, it's another thing. People are coming here fresh off the boat, coming and talking trash to you. Like you the one causing the destruction in their country. We ain't doing none of that. But again, you're going to be everybody's open enemy. Why? Because them folks say so. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I don't know why everybody's angry with this man, Killer Mike. Let me get to Killer Mike. Killer Mike thing. This is what I need people to understand. I don't agree with his political views with the Bernie Sanders thing. So this is not me caping for Killer Mike. But I also understand context when a motherfucker's talking. Granted, get it. He didn't like Kamala Harris. Most of black folks didn't. You want to know how I know a lot of us didn't? Because we didn't show up. That's why. But I can tell you this, Killer Mike ain't the reason why I didn't show up for her. I don't know why people keep thinking that grown men, especially because y'all always want to be talking to men, why y'all think grown men can't make their own decisions for themselves? I think it's the most disrespectful thing in the world that y'all be talking to black men like we stupid. When I hear a DL talking about it, y'all make it sound like we stupid. Don't talk to me. You better talk to me like I got some sense, because I'm not having this conversation with you if you're going to talk to me like that. That's what Roland gets so much smoke, because he talking to people like he think people slow, and he be wrong. Stephen A. be flat out wrong. Be trying to tell people about themselves. No. And you can lie to the world and tell us, yeah, no, brothers be wanting to be, brothers ain't doing this, because brothers did not vote for that woman because she was a woman. First thing first, let me say this. Let's go ahead and be clear. You don't have to believe me. That woman said herself, she is not a black woman. So when I keep hearing people, even now, regurgitating it, because I think this brother goes on to say it. I think that I saw another video where another woman goes on to say it. This is not true. She said it herself. When they cornered her about it, finally on the campaign trail, she said those Negroes that she was talking about was her family was so close to her that they became family. She said herself she is East Indian and Jamaican. So no, you can't come in and just be a black person when it comes to that. And when I say Jamaican, there are Indians who are Jamaican. She's still East Indian. That's why she's an Asian. That's why she was the first Asian American. You don't get to cosplay Black American when you want to. You don't get to jump out here. That's why I say people are saying Black America only, or Black American. It has to be their own subgroup. It's because people are coming in saying they're part of you like they're wearing a suit. And we don't like that anymore. So again, you're already starting out with a lie, and you're lying, but you're tweaking a little bit. But a little bit, she is a little black, because you know she's Jamaican and Jamaicans are black. But go deeper, you know she ain't black. The woman said out of her mouth, so it's crazy it's like the same thing when I hear about them shots. People still getting boosters, even though they know all the adverse effects from that COVID shot. Everybody's still getting boosters. I'm thinking to myself, what are you watching? The world has done told you what's going on. So like for her, you can't just keep coming out here saying it over and over again like you Okadome, like I didn't watch you say what you said. Let me stop getting sidetracked. What I'm saying is to this woman is this. This woman did not say anything that was going to make black people want to get up and go get them stickers that time around. Now, I'm trying to tell you, I watched this brother break it down. He said it's basically about 10 million people that they needed to vote that did not vote. We have about 30 million black folks at voting age. I think he said that 20 voted, 10 didn't. Now, I'm going to tell you common sense right now. And I don't know, people probably eating it up in the comment section. I don't care. Because you're not going to get me to run out here just because some fear happening. Fear always happening. I'm a black man in America. You're going to have some level of fear everywhere you go, all day, every day. But what I'm going to tell you, when you sit back and you watch what's going on now, I'm just telling you, people are saying this. If 10 million people did not vote, then some politician is supposed to work this way. There's a voting block of 10 million people right there that I could get. Word, what do you need to do to get it? Go ask them. Okay, they told me. Boom. Can I do this? I may. Can I do that? I may not. But what you have to do, I appreciate that. What I do, though, is I got to go ask them and then come back. And then you know what you do? Just say reparation. And I get it. That's an ungodly hill to climb up for a politician. Get it. Understand it. So what you do is you go back to your camp. You say, man, what is feasible that we can get these people to get this 10 million people to come vote? And then what you do is you go back and forth. It's a negotiation. And see, what black folks will start doing is they say, okay, well, maybe you can't do it now. We'll work towards that for maybe the next election. You got to promise us X amount of people coming in so we can start getting our numbers up. If it's 214 votes that we need, then we need to start working towards that number. How can you plan to make that happen? This is negotiation. This is quid pro quo. Not the stuff that you're doing. You're saying, man, we told you to go vote for them. To do what? The last times that we've had ran every branch of government, they did nothing to move black people in a positive direction. Every time they had it, and we questioned why they didn't do it, Biden had it, Obama had it. You know what they said? Y'all didn't ask us. I thought you knew what we needed. You was on the campaign trail telling us how much, look, black folks have been suffering But black folks is suffering, and suffering. I'm going to just keep speaking to your issue. Cool. What are we going to do about it? Whoa. They ain't make no promises. I'm just speaking to your issues. That's what they do. See, man, I'm just telling y'all. It's just at this point, y'all mad at this brother because he wanted to go in a different direction politically. If he didn't like Kamala Harris, I'm telling you, it's Kamala Harris' job to speak up. Now, I heard him say he didn't like Stacey Abrams. I'm going to say like this. I watched Stacey Abrams 5 times, and I said it because I covered this on a video. 5 times Stacey Abrams didn't want to talk about black folks' issues or reparations. 5 times on that campaign trail, I watched black people stop her on the street with video camera and ask her about it. And I watched 5 times her ignore them and leave and send security guards to block them so they couldn't talk to her no more. So I understand what the news said Stacey Abrams do. I know what the news says she loves about black folks. I want to tell you, when I saw her talking to black folks, I watched her brush them off, and I don't talk about that conversation. You know what that tells me? That she was gonna get in office just like the next person, just like Obama did. And remember, they say Obama didn't make us no promises. Obama basically did just like they always do to black folks. You come down and kiss a baby, you bring some hot sauce, you make innuendos like you care. Black folks are so thirsty for someone to come care about them, they're willing to take that crap. And what you're getting now is, especially with younger folks, is they're saying that ain't good enough no more. You gonna have to come off of them digits. You gonna have to come do something tangible for black folks. Have you noticed, people, for all the people who are angry in the comment section, because I know some in there, for all the people in there that's angry, ask yourself this question. Can you tell me one time somebody made some specific promise to you? Hey, black folks, I'm going to tell you right now, we are statistically at the bottom of all the banking right now. That's got to change. This is the tangible action we're going to do to get there. Nope, you don't get that. Oh, black folks are disproportionately not working, and jobs are getting disproportionately not hired when it comes to it. Well, doesn't matter. I'm not going to address that. See, what I want us to know is, and don't give me DEI, because statistically, DEI did not affect black people. Same way affirmative action did not affect black people. So I need people, statistically, argue with your mama, don't argue with me. I need for people to go do this. After you realize that none of this stuff is helping you, why are you doing it? Why you continue to get up and go do that every time? No, the politician has to come do it for you. Remember, he is your representative. Not, I get to get in office and you get to make the decisions for me. No. This is politics. Instead of having 350 million people come down to the White House every day and tell everybody what they wanted, they said, let's break it up into districts and just have one person speak for everybody. Great, that's good. Go down there and we all go talk for it. But they seeing it's supposed to go talk for the collective, because the collective just told you. In a collective 10 to 1 or 5 to 8 or whatever you want to go with, they decided we want this. Okay, the representative said, okay, I'm going to go do it. I give you an example. I'm watching the show right now, La Brea. La Brea's like this. I'm watching From. That's another show. Watch The Walking Dead. There's another show. Each one of them had a person that was the leader of the group. Wasn't the leader like per se what they had the lawmakers, but these are the people that speaks for everyone else. That is what your representative's supposed to. Why are we begging our representatives to do what we want when the motherfucker's supposed to be doing it in the first place? Not against us. No. Always say politics is this. You get up once every 2 years, every 4 years, you go get your pretty sticker, and all you doing is doing a popularity contest to make some other person rich. Because every politician goes in 100,000 there, or not even that, and they leave millionaires. But guess what never changes? Policy, your life. It never trickles to you. And if it does, it's negative. See how the game works? But at the end of the day, when you want to start talking to them again, having a conversation, hey man, why you didn't do? You can't talk to them no more. Oh, what are you talking about? I have security now. What are you trying to get by? It's a security risk to talk to me in person. People, remember this, and I'm going to move over and talk about that. Remember this. Anytime you have to vet everything, you have to make sure that every conversation, every question, everything is vetted before they go live. You already know what's happening. You ready to be lied to. Because lies are the only thing that needs to be vetted that hard. Because I am trying to control the narrative. The world keeps telling you every day that's what you're doing in politics. It's a controlled narrative. See, we could dive deeper into other things that are going on. Why are they in Iran? Oh, we could talk about that, but I'm gonna ask you this question. They have you focused on Iran. They have you focused on ICE. They had us all focusing on having that conversation, and I'm steadily watching. AI centers going into all black towns, sucking the energy and the water out of these communities. And nobody's talking about that. They got us out here mad at the vote. Again, the vote is, no thing has changed. And let me say this about the vote. Let me get to that too. All right, guys, hit the like button if you like it. Hit the like button. Promise, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Share the conversation. Let me tell you what people are not telling you about this whole voting thing that they're blocking. Do y'all know the John Lewis Act, or whatever the name of it was the exact thing that was supposed to have been blocking that to make sure this didn't happen? You know, they implemented that. They first called it to the floor in 2013. They called it 3 or 4 times all the way to 2021. If that law had went into effect, do you know that what just happened in the voting with your Congress or whatever them people just did wouldn't have happened, couldn't have happened. They would have blocked it. Why is it that under Obama and under Biden, it did not pass and both of them had all of the branches at one point? See, they're not telling you that part. They're not telling you that now that it's gone, you had 2 people in play that said that they love you that could have stopped it before it even happened. It wasn't a priority. But now that it's happened, oh, well, God, everybody's so for the love of God, this man is horrible, this and that. All of y'all horrible because you knew what was happening. Obama, I have 1 day left in office. Nigga, sign a bill. Sign something and walk out the door. Act like black folks do when we quit our job. We don't just leave quietly. We got to make a bang for it. Go out with a bang. Now, if he comes behind you and try to block this, that, and the third, let him have to clean up the mess that you just made. You go off into the sunset. That's what a black person who loves you would do. I would do it. I'd probably get shot. I get it. I'm sorry, I can't say that. It's TikTok. I'm just saying, man. You gotta use more context when it comes to this. I get it. Right now, the gas pump is killing it, right? And it's heavily affecting all of us. I get it. Groceries are through the roof. The food that they're giving us not even food anymore. I get it. But I don't want us to be so fearful and then we go out here and make rash decisions. No. If this election is coming around again, because they're ready to start rev up this season again, if it's ready to start happening again, it can't be fear, people. It cannot be based in fear. Because if you're voting in fear, great, you get your person. You're going to relax, and they're going to do all kind of mollywop things to you under them too, and they ain't going to address you because you refuse to make them work. Remember this. If every facet of life, treat it like a relationship. Ladies, you with your man. This Negro will not act right. You want to know why he won't act right? Because he don't feel the relationship. But if you get a little self-esteem about yourself, you stand on your square and you make him do what he has to do, you start acting a little better. The leverage is you may not ever come back no more. He feels it. You know this is true. Same thing for your politician. If you can't go to them and tell them specifically what you want, and we need to start having a conversation like we adults. Stop talking to us like we freaking children. We know what we want. Again, even if we don't, we want zebras. It don't matter. We want humpback whales and zebras is what black folks want right now. The politician need not care what we want it for. And you're not going to shame us into what we do or don't want. That's not your job as our representative. Your job is not to come kiss my babies and bring hot sauce. Your job is to do what the community needs you to do. Let me say this for people who don't understand what a politician is supposed to look like for its community. When you go to your politician, go down there, he's supposed to go down there and sign paperwork to make sure X amount of people get so much jobs because them black folks have been underserved. Classic example. If black folks make up 14% of the population, any politician can go to anybody and say 14% of these contracts have to go to black people to represent their community who's been underserved by the greater good that we've all agreed to. Remember on the campaign trail, you guys been aggrieved. You guys been enslaved. You guys been hurt. So now that we've been hurt, this is the tangible things we need set aside. When it comes to our community, it's going to be certain things. It can't be but X amount of people allowed into your community. To buy a home has to be set aside this way. Can your politician make this happen? Yes. You notice when it comes to our community, no one wants to do something specific that's going to affect our community. They act like it's impossible, but they stand in front of you and act like they're going to do something. If you cannot set aside money for the school system, if you cannot set aside to have cops where they can't run down on our communities like it's a free reign, if you can't stop any of this, then why are you talking to us at this point? We all out here fending for ourselves. Oh, he's going to change this law. The law, what are you talking about? Stuff is happening to you right now that has nothing to do with the law. I'm still watching police officers. Unfortunately, I'm still watching police officers right now. Hold on one second. Can I say? Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see if I can bring you in. I'm trying somebody to want to request. Let me see if I can bring you in. Give me a second. Hold on. Hit that button. Hold on a second. Hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Bring it in here. I appreciate the gifts too. I do. I don't know what to do with them, but I appreciate it. I'm trying to do it. My computer running slow. Hey, okay, pull it down and bring it back up again because I can't see it. Let me see what you say. Put in the comments what you're saying too. What you're saying. Let me see what you got going. Let me see what you're talking about. Hold on a second. Let me look in the comments. Oh God, we got comments. Zero margins and the people that said they represent black never try to gain head ground. Yes. Okay, so I see. Okay, because we don't vote because we didn't vote for it. Look, I'm gonna tell you guys like this. Look. If you're going to be over here with me, I'm L. Dot. I appreciate all you for showing up today. How you doing? Nice to meet you. Right? I'm just another black man with an opinion. Right? L. Dot. Right here. I appreciate you. But I'm gonna say, let's just be honest. Let's be honest. What's going on? Look, when you went home in 2020, you got time to get on the computer and start expanding yourself and what you were looking at. Now you start looking at the world differently. You starting to see stuff fall out the sky that wasn't falling out the sky before. Stuff that they say just don't make sense no more. I'm going to say to you right now, everything that you think that you feel like in your heart is happening, it is happening. Remember this, the very people who enslaved you, who deprived you, who redlined you, when did they stop and say, let's just stop doing that? No. I need for people to understand that this type of behavior that the people who run this world conduct on us is forever evolving. So no, just because we're not enslaved and chains no more, don't mean it's not happening, because it is. What most people generally try to think is this. There you go. Let me see if I can bring you in. Hold on one second. See if we can bring you in. Accept. That's the first time. Let me see if I can pull you in. Hold on. Trying to pull you in. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? What's up, pimpin'? Go ahead. Right. Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, I appreciate that, man. Thanks for the call in too on that. I appreciate it. I'll at you. Hold on, let me close it out. All right, there you go. But I'm just saying, people, let's just be honest. Like we have to look. I'm gonna always say this, and I'm gonna beat this drum beat until it gets into everybody. I'm not trying to deter people from voting. Look, don't let people tell you or shame you and try to make you feel like you wrong for not voting. Because that's what they do. They try to shame you. But I ask the question, Come in. Just come shame me. How dare you not vote? How dare you not vote in your ancestors' vote? I'm going to say, what was I voting for again? Well, you know that Trump is wrecking shop. I said, I didn't ask you that. I said, what was I voting for? I'm not voting against what he's doing. They're always doing something to me. I'm the black man in America. I promise you, you, along with me, have watched nothing but our community lose its wealth every day or get it slowed down or stifled. So what I don't understand is that we get out this window because it gets bad all of a sudden. You know why it's getting bad? Because the news keeps talking about it. Your social media keeps showing it. If you didn't have social media, if you didn't know what was going, if only 60 Minutes was covering what was happening overseas like we used to in our mama's kitchen, in our grandmama's house, and you didn't have social media, you would be thinking and caring about what you had going on in your community. But they have you on a cycle because in your algorithm, they give you what they want you to see. And see, what you're going to see is that it is a bunch of fear that's going to go on. Some people who believe that the reason they're over there is because we need to stop these. First and foremost, don't ever let these people tell you that they're over here to protect anybody when you are sitting here with Flint water that you won't fix. They cannot get around not having Flint water. So if you don't have Flint water fixed, then you can't go to another country and fix somebody else's house and you ain't fix your own. And I'm just starting Flint just the beginning. You know what we go through. But for some odd reason, that's an excuse. I always say this all the time. People be like, man, they can't get away with that. Yes, they can. They'll just give us an excuse. And what do? We just get on here and complain about it. I promise you, these people have no desire to do anything right by you at all. Everything that you're supposed to go through negatively, they're setting it up for you to happen. From you and your man arguing, for him not being worth a damn, from your girl refusing to be held accountable, all this is happening because these people want it to happen this way. Because we focusing on all of this and we dealing with all of that, we ain't dealing with them. But I digress. If I keep talking, they'll shut me down. I just is. Let me read the comment section. Give me 2 seconds. Let me bring it in. I'm glad people understand what I'm saying. Because, see, you know what it is? I can tell, the pulse of the room seems to be on the same punch. You know what it is? Because to be honest with you, when I heard the whole thing with Killer Mike, and I'm watching people cussing them out and things like that, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, but the only answer y'all have is that he should have voted for the other lady. And I'm thinking to myself, this woman, this is no disrespect. I have women all around me. I have children. I have all daughters. I'm a girl dad. I'm that dude. My daughters call me every day. All of them grown. Call me every day. Just to talk. So don't talk to me about respect of a woman. I know what it is to respect black women. I'm the black man that if you see something happen to a black woman in the street, I'm going to have to get involved. I'm the dude when I'm with family. Oh God, he's ready to go get involved. I'm that dude. My culture needs that. All black men should be that way. Now, if she's doing some 304 shit, then that's on her. I'm not protecting you from no 304 behavior. That's your behavior. But for some reason, they want to shame me because I want to challenge her behavior. The same way I challenged the things about what she did and didn't say. I did when I came to Joe Biden before that. And when I came before that, I did Obama. Before that, I did Trump. Before that, you do all of them. You challenge what they say. The reason why men like me don't have a lot to say about the Republicans, because they have openly told me I don't like niggas. And I don't deal with you. So why am I over here talking to people who openly said, okay, now, well, you need to go vote for the other side. That side told me they love me. That side told me that my black women is the heartbeat of their whole movement. But when it's time to give black folks any of what they need, it is, can you get it next time? I can't get that done. I'm sorry. It's just, I don't know why. It didn't work out that way. We trying. What you need, I don't understand what reparations. Can you explain what that is? I don't understand what that is. We need an 8-year study. So for me, again, I am the girl I'm the baby mama who just tired of her baby dad. He done made all the promises. And these motherfuckers don't even make promises. He done made all the promises. He done told all the stuff he gonna do. And now I done just kept watching kids sitting on the front step. Daddy didn't show up. So now I'm at this point now. The proof is on you. I was waiting on the step for you. You never showed up. So I don't wait out front no more. You gonna have to come in the door. You gonna have to walk up here. You gonna have to bring your ass out that car. You gonna have to come do your job. See, I'm just wanting to hold them accountable. And people keep telling me, But the fear is too high to hold him accountable now. It's always like that. Why do y'all forget that the last time he was in office, we was under fear? Why do you forget when Obama was here? We was under fear. Why do you forget? Remember, black people, we were in the streets. It felt like every weekend because another black man, black woman, black child going through something because of them folks. You know, a majority of that was under Obama. So I don't know when y'all say we won't under attack. We're always under attack. But that does not negate the fact that we have needs and we are tax-paying people. You're going to stop playing me like I'm saying I'm just not voting because this is stupid. No, I'm saying give me something to vote for and I will vote. But if you say I'm voting for fear, I'm going to say no, thank you. I live in fear every day. That's not enough to vote. And you don't have to agree with me. You don't. But I can definitively tell you this. Everybody named mama, when they first heard the expression, you know, insanity is when you do the same thing over and over and over again. And everybody regurgitated it for so long. Like it's the new one now is emotional intelligence. Most people don't know what the fuck that is. But anyways. But the reason why, let me stop. I'm playing. I'm just saying, man. We go through all this stuff. We don't need to go through all this. All we have to do, we have to get to a point to where enough is going to be enough. You're going to have to do, well, I think Frederick Douglass said it best. I think, how did he phrase it? There's no progress without struggle. And see, what I think most people are at now, they cannot understand that you have to struggle to get that progress. And it's not going to always look good. Remember, the Voting Rights Act isn't the greatest thing that came out of the Civil Rights Movement. And remember, the Civil Rights Movement, you didn't even get the Voting Rights Act until when? Until the Montgomery bus boycott. When you affect that money, people they move on when it comes to that. So, but anyways, I digress. Anyways. All right, people, let's move the subjects on. Anything out of there? Okay. We called Obama first clean, but yeah, who? What's the first? I don't know what he's trying to say. Clean. I don't even know who said that about being a clean president. Never heard that before. Never heard that one before. That's new to me. All right, people. Let's move on subjects. But I don't have to talk about that all day long. Let me move on because I'm doing all that talking. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta get rid of something there. Hold on. I'm working 2 different channels at the same time, so give me 2 seconds, people. All right, there we go. Let's get back there. All right, hit the like button too if you ain't did it. Share it too. If you ain't following me, go ahead and follow me, people, because they stifling the hell out of the channel, big time. And they don't even let me people. Let me lighten it up a little bit so you people understand too. I don't just be over here talking trash all day long. Before I get into anything, why they got look? This is why I want to tell you about black folks. Black folks. This is a perfect segue. I understand that this scares you when it comes to it. You really don't, a lot of you don't even know the ins and outs of what's actually going on. You just know they keep telling you the vote ready to go away. It's not ready to go away. But what I want you to understand is black folks are resilient. Black folks always make a way, even when you have to start. All you religious folks that believe in faith, all this faith is believing that it's going to be there without you being able to conceptualize it or see it. That is what faith is. So if that's what faith is, you have to understand that standing on your square, being on your square, and even if you choose the couch, that you are not a bad person because you're saying to yourself, I am choosing a different strategy than the one that keeps failing me. Okay? So that's all you're doing. And then the people, it's the same thing like I use Tina Turner as an example. Tina was getting her air whooped by Ike over and over and again until she respected herself. Ike didn't want that smoke no more. So what I need you to want to do, I need you to get to the point where you got to force them to make them not want that smoke no more. That's what I'm saying. So, but I'll say we're resilient, and I say that for this. This young man right here will survive any zombie apocalypse or anything. TikTok, you can't see it, but just listen to this young man. Yes, you heard it correct, ladies and gentlemen. This brother started a business called Baby Daddy Beatdown. I can't play it from there because this dude do a lot of cussing. But this brother down here basically does Baby Daddy Beatdowns. So you call him up, I'll beat the ass. That's what he'll do. Now tell me black folks ain't creative. Remember, everything that this world uses uses as a commodity comes from us. Damn near. Now, the white folks gonna say that's not true. No. You get the credit for it. But the creator is always us. Every genre of music is black, most of the time black American. But black folks is going to create everything that you do. And I see this young man who did it. Now, I ain't saying I agree with this man going and beating up baby daddies. You don't know. And then two brother, you gonna run up on the real. Hopefully you was a real fighter because he don't look too big in the video. He gonna run up on the right one, catch a fade. His business gonna be open and closed in under 2 seconds. I've seen it. But he's resilient. He's resilient. I give it to him. That's what we need, more like him. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm just picking. That's the first thing I saw on my timeline. Hold on. Let me put a chat around so I can see it too. I can't keep breaking my neck trying to see this thing. All right, bring it over. All right, there we go. I can see it now. Anyways, like I said, people, share the live, man. It's been a minute since we've been able to do this. I appreciate you guys showing up today too. Hey, look. And like I said, I wanted to, like the young man, I appreciate the call in too, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. I totally agree with everything that you said. And two, they always trying to replace us, and I want us to get to a point to realize, yeah, they're always trying to replace people at all times. They really, really are. Let's keep going. What was it? Something I wanted to play for you guys. Let's see what's in a lot of times what we dive into my Instagram, and this be videos people sent me. So I don't know what some of this is. Oh, class example. See? Can I tell you something? And I'm not even gonna play all of them because he has 1 million of them, and I see it right now because it's a whole long video, and I want to play the whole thing. But I knew this would be true already. I knew a lot of already what he's talking about. Y'all don't realize, man, black folks are just amazing. We just live in a culture where someone has told you, look, it's a projection. Look at it this way. If you're riding down the street and you going to work and you see some beat down older black woman struggling, and it's like 100 degrees outside and she look like she needs some help, and you stop in at the stoplight right by, and you got change or you got money in the car, you giving it to her because you feel sorry for her. Now let me see that. Now what if you see some rich, well-to-do person with a mink coat sitting there chilling, got bitches and everything all around him, and you pull up beside him and he said, hey, you got 20? What you gonna do? You gonna say, no, I ain't got nothing for you. You wanna know why? Because there's nobody hate up, you hate down. I mean, excuse me, you hate up, you don't hate down. Excuse me. That's sorry, I said that backwards. Good God, I've been smoking. So what I'm saying it for is this. When it comes to black folks, all they've been doing to us is projecting onto us that we're not what we say we are. And what we've done, and this is my problem. This is what I say. I don't talk to the other folks. I don't care what they say about us at all. I care how we receive it and how we look at ourselves. If we've created all the genres of music, if they're playing your music in the back of basketball games, if they got Tupac shirts in the middle of Zimbabwe somewhere because people know who Tupac is, if you got Asians trying to cornrow their hair and they taking hours upon hours to get our texture, you got this going on all across the globe, everywhere wearing their fitted caps, just like Black America, that should tell you your culture is amazing. So you don't have to worry about whether or not something's wrong with you. No, this is a projection that something's wrong with you. And another reason why I know that you're amazing people, if we're such bad people, and we're so built on criminality and we're not great, and you just need to be exterminated and removed, why are we still here? Because they could easily dropped it in our water supply and moved us out. They've done it in small portions. You know they know how to do it. You want to know why? Because then all their ingenuity, all the fresh new ideas that somebody's going to monetize, it's going to be gone. Because them folks do not produce like you produce. Them folks do not produce like you produce. We don't monetize it, but we create it all. There is no more. Think about twerking. Every time you seen a twerker online, especially when it was at its height, black women are the best at it in all the world. Not saying good, bad, or indifferent. It just is what it is. But who was the one monetizing it with twerk classes? Pole dancing. Sisters get into it, but I swear to God, I see more white women with pole dancing classes. I've been to the strip club on both of them. Black and white ones, them white women can't dance on no pole. I don't need to see them, but they monetize. And if you ever go back 100 years from now, I'm going to go 100 years from now, they're going to start talking about that. They ain't going to talk about you twerking. It could be the little girl who got monetized, who became famous. Line dancing. Black folks created country music, so country music is yours. Line dancing is the most popular thing in 2025. It was the most popular thing in the world. Even them folks, here they come, everybody's doing it. Why? Because you did it. If they were doing it, no one would have ever done it. Whole thing, baby girl, baby. The same man. What was it, Joe? Joe. Oh my God, Joe. Joe, why you listening? If I just need to shut up, Joe. Why you here? Does it bother you that bad? Come on, man. This is an intervention. Just talk to me. I don't hate watch people, man. That's horrible. What stoplight? What are you talking about? The stoplight. What about? Oh, you talking about the style? You talking about Garrett A. Morgan? Yeah, I mean, come on, that's even a scratch and surface. You talking about 50,000 patents black people had coming out of slavery. 50,000. But see, you get told you ain't nothing. You want to know why? Because they regurgitate the same 8 people on Black History Month every month. It's not ironic they talk about the same people over and over and over again. In a young person's mind that was born, say, after 1990, they're only going to know about Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks, people like that. They're not going to teach you about people who actually did something to move something. I have a whole series on the channel on YouTube on 300 Radio. We have a whole series where we cover people who moved the world, Black Americans who moved the world that we don't talk about. We have a guy who owned the airline up until 1991. You literally can get on his plane right now and fly back and forth from Raleigh, I think it was Raleigh to New York, New Jersey. And it went on for like 30 some years. You got a black billionaire you were just talking about the other day. What's his name? Randall. I can't think of his name right. It's escaping me. This man revolutionized, first billionaire black man comes out. It's just these people we don't ever talk about. Why? Because I don't want you to have reference point. Let's be clear. Don't get mad at young black boys, especially when there is nothing to look up to. The reason why boys in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s may have looked different, carried themselves better, cared more about the community is because the community, those people were forced to be together and they stayed together. So on one side of a young boy in his neighborhood, could have been an all black neighborhood, but he had a doctor and a lawyer in his neighborhood. But the doctors and lawyers got forced out. And I'm not picking on the doctors and lawyers. That's a whole nother conversation on what happened. I'm not having that right now, but I am saying the visuals for young black boys, what are they seeing? You know why they still play ball? You want to know why they look like little rappers? Because they're the only ones that has any papers, any girls, anything that looks successful. I'm not saying today that there's not people in academia that's black. I'm not saying that there's not black people, but where are they prioritized? Why ain't scientists rock stars? They should be popular. If we make them popular, then I promise you our kids going to want to be them, not the rappers. I'm not even talking about the pay. I'm talking about who is special. Instead of us talking about Clay and Meg over and over and over again, when Clay got money, Meg got money, I understand it. But let's just be honest. Ball players does not have the best reputation when it comes to dating and marriage. I don't think there's ever been a successful one at all, has it? I mean, Cookie, I guess, but good Lord, Cookie Johnson took some stuff, didn't she? But I'm just saying, oh no, LeBron wife, I know nobody gonna bring her. But I always tell people, if you can know one or two, that's a problem. I'm just saying, you cannot expect any of us to, classic example. What do you think you're gonna get when you have Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion standing right next to Kamala Harris? Well, that child just got told, that young girl who's impressionable just got told both of them are successful and to be respected. Now, as a mother, when your daughter goes off to school wanting to dress like Cardi B, you're going to say, bitch, what you doing? We don't do that around here. Why you telling her that? Remember, it was okay for Cardi B to be standing next to Kamala Harris. No, it's not. I'm not saying that Cardi B needs to be shunned and Cardi B don't need to make no money. That's not my concern. That's not what I'm saying. There's a time and a place for everything. And having your politician stand up there ain't the time, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying. But I digress. Like you say, for me, when you start saying that, it sounds like you're sexist. I said the same thing about Biden. Because I'm going to be honest with you guys. First and foremost, I still don't believe Joe Biden got all them votes they said he got. Because I knew black folks that didn't vote. Same way in 2024, they didn't vote in 2020. Because I'm going to tell you, even up to the fact that nobody believed him, that he was going to do anything. People still remember the fact this man was the one who authored the crime bill. You know what I'm saying? I understand all of that. You said, what's the backlash? Okay, let me tell you the backlash. I'll tell you in a second, but let me finish my thought. I knew Joe Biden didn't do anything. Then the crime bill, but outside of all of that, the man couldn't complete a sentence. Oh, we love Joe Biden. I love him. Every time somebody quit, hey, something wrong with Joe? Is Joe fucked up? Kamala Harris, nah, he good. That man is sharp as a tack. Soon as he went out there in that first debate, yeah, his mind is gone. It's and I'm just sorry. These people lie too much for me to be jumping on and off this wagon. If y'all like to be lied to, it's fine, not me. But the backlash for the person in the comment section. Backlash Killer Mike is that Killer Mike, I guess, was an avid person that he wasn't going to vote for Kamala Harris. Now, I don't think that he out here said he was going to vote for Trump, because I think he was a Bernie Sanders guy and all this other jazz. But I think that the backlash he's getting is the fact that people are saying that he was the reason that this crazy man is in office and not Kamala Harris, because he wouldn't co-sign her and he basically said he wasn't voting for her. And I hate to tell him, but a lot of folks didn't vote for her. Don't get mad at him. And I'm being honest with you. Just look at it. This is how much they still disrespect you. Even after they got slaughtered in the last election, you still notice they refuse to prioritize your needs. They just come back to you now and say, man, you need to do it. You see, I told you what he was going to do. I told you what he was going to do. And then I say to you, what did you say you were going to do for me for voting? I ain't saying that. I just said, I told you what he was going to. That's the problem. Get to that point with me. I promise you, if we all get to that point, we'll get more. Again, that's not the end all be all. That's not the solution to all our problems. Because to be honest with you, I'm not big on politics at all. I am a grassroots guy. I am a guy, if we are the 16th largest economy in the world, that we don't need anyone else. We just need to build for ourselves. I think when it comes down to politicians, when it comes down to these things, those things are supposed to scare you. But my thing is like this. Anybody ever stop and ask yourself this question? Why is every politician diabolical and they trying to end the world? Now, honestly, this thing, it's like a movie. Like in the movie, like back in the day, they used to get movies like this. The movie had the good guy, the bad guy. That's it. Bad guy, pink in the brain. What is brain? Brain. I just want to blow up the world. I just don't want to be here anymore. Why? I just don't. It's just part of my character. And then in later years, they started giving you context. Started giving you movies like The Joker, characters like on The Walking Dead, if y'all watch that, shows like Power. These shows have a lot of character development. So you got to get nuances of why people thought and did the things that they did and didn't do. And so that's how the world works. But back to our politics doesn't do that. Our politics actually do the exact opposite. Our politics is, oh no, it's just the boogeyman. Oh no, Trump right now, he just want to go, I want to crush the world. And then Joe Biden gets in, or Kamala Harris, or Barack Obama, or Bill Clinton, or Hillary Clinton, they get in office and they say, hey, we love you. He said, well, we lost a lot of wealth under Obama and them. Yeah, but he loved us though. It was the Republicans. And I say this all the time. Stop being stupid. If this man, the orange man that's in there now, can literally wreck shop and do whatever he wants to like a dictator, then you can't tell me that your other side can't do nothing. Well, no, they don't respect nothing. Joe Biden was sending money left and right to people all day long. Remember, they gave a hate crime to the Asians. And they said it wasn't specifically for them. They're the only one they enforce it on. I don't care what the law says. I care who gets enforced, if it's enforced or not, and who does it help when it enforces or hurt when it enforces. They are. PG, I agree with you. They are calling us. Well, they admit to it. If you hear people now, that's what they call themselves. Like I hear people now, like I saw a debate we covered last week before last. Black guy, white guy, two Republicans, they were arguing over reparations. And both of them, one black guy, of course, was saying yay, and then the other guy was nay. And they were having a conversation, and the black guy basically told him, he was like, look, y'all came over and enslaved people. He was like, no, we conquered it. We colonized you. He was like, oh, that's better. Yeah, just take humans as human cargo. That's fine. No, what it is, y'all have to, I tell people all the time, when you're arguing with one of them folks, you have to take your emotions out of it. And then another thing you have to do is you have to stop trying to appeal to their emotion, because they don't have it a lot of times. I didn't say all of them. I'm talking about the ones who argue in bad faith. You know the one. When you say like this is no argument for reparations for black people. There is no argument to say, look, this is what you can't say. Excuse me. You can't say, just take their narrative, even though this is all a lie. A lot of this is a lie. Just say starting from 1619, but even if you want to go to 1776 when the country actually formed. So let's just start from there, because that's what they like to do a lot. So for basically 100 years, under that, and pre that it was even more, but even for 100 years, you said that you buck broke mate. I'm trying to use the R A, to women. They did the pum them ladies' lower parts and the men's lower part. You didn't tell me you stole all their wealth, kept them from being able to be literate, literally used their babies as bait, experimented on the woman's lower parts. You can't tell me all this stuff you did open surgery with no anesthesia. You can't tell me all this stuff that you openly admit to you what you did. Then you openly admit that we put on paper, yes, these people are all supposed to be compensated. And it was put in paper. And then, okay, he gets pum-pumed. I get it. I understand. So you trying to tell me not one president since that person felt the need that, remember, Democrats love you. Not one of them presidents said to themselves, maybe I should pick up the greatest atrocity that happened to our most loyal voter base. As my issue, I probably would easily get their vote and walk into office. But do you yet and still see every person, black, white, blue, green, doesn't matter, they get questioned about that subject, either run if they can, deflect as much as possible, or if you hold their feet to the fire, at best they may say, yes, I would sign off on it if it ever made it to my desk. Which means, but I'm not saying yes to this because they ain't gonna never reach here, is what I'm saying. So why would every president behind that, even though you tell me half of them supposed to love me? Nobody thought that would be necessary. Nobody thought that after 100 years of all of that psychological damage you did to these people, that they should at least have free mental health, at least up until now, so they can transition back into normal society, since you say we crazy? No, we don't do that either. That's not it. No, you're told, get over it. But then other people, and we're not going to name groups because we know all the groups who get stuff all the time, have experienced things that you experienced, maybe some, not all, because child slavery, and everybody admit, is the worst atrocity that ever happened. But these people can proceed to get money set aside for them every year, basis around their religion, faith, or whatever you want to say. They're going to say, it's not religion, you can't do this against the law. I understand that. But what they do is, it's just wordplay. I'm talking about it in colloquial sense. I understand on paper they got us down as African American. I am not that. I'm a black American. But you see how we use those terms interchangeably? You know what I'm saying. I don't get caught up on the words. I'm telling you what it is. You cannot stand in front of me and let every politician tell you, I understand what your family is suffering from and what you've been through and why you suffer still to this day. And nobody addresses the housing problem, where you know is racist against us. The employment problem that everybody knows is racist against us. Nobody talks about any of these things when they get in office, about how they're going to rectify those problems that they have all openly admitted that we have. But I'm the problem because I don't want to get up and go stand in the line to vote for these people to make them do the same thing they do every 4 years. What is it? I can't see what you're saying. You said there's 8.7 billion set aside for you. See what I'm saying? See, 8.7 billion set aside for them. I know Karen Bass specifically in LA basically said, I'm gonna find the money. See, to me, I pay attention, and you not just because you talk sweet to me and you sing with me, nigga, I see what you ain't doing. See, what it is this. You got people with nice fancy suits on and talk real eloquent and articulate themselves so well. And they tell you all the time, you just don't understand how politics work. Well, since I don't understand, I need to sit the fuck home until I understand it then. Start telling them that. Because all I know is you keep telling me if I vote for stuff, that's going to change stuff. And that's just changing. Well, no, you have to vote first. Then you have to get involved in your local politics, sir. And then what you get. So I need to become a politician, what you saying? Because you ever notice this? My man just brought up illegal immigrants, right? Explain to me, how does a person who don't belong here have representation to the point they have a set aside? That means that nobody in their community filed paperwork. That means when they got here, they said, man, they got shit for you over there if you get there. You want to know why? Because that's what they wanted. Let's be clear. L. Dot tells the truth. I don't say him lie. Let's just be honest. They numbers depleting, and they wanted to replenish their numbers. So they brought people from all the European nations, and they told all the people from everywhere, South America, everywhere, all y'all can come. Everybody can come. Come on. America Gates is open for all of you. You want to know why? That was the plan under Biden. That means I can build a voter base out of all you illegals when you get here. And I don't have to worry about niggas no more. But guess what? But when the other side get in, they're going to just, and I said this a year before it happened. I said, but when the other side get in, all they're going to do is round up all the melanated or close to melanated people and remove you. And then acclimate all of the ones that look like them right on in. While you arguing with each other about whether ICE is wrong or not. See, again, all we ever do is fall for the okie doke. We just always do what they say we need to do. We just don't understand. And I just say for me, I don't play with them games no more. It don't make sense. I'm not in a game that every time I play, I'll never win. That means it's not a game I'm supposed to win. I just need for people, when if you're going to be smart about it, just think, man. Just start thinking for yourself. This is not, you are not. Okay, great. They have now moved districts where you can't get in. You vote all the time. I say this to people like Roland Martin and all these other people all the time. You've had your man. So don't kid. They keep telling you this. This is how they paint the picture. If I failed from Mars and I didn't know nothing, and I said, explain your political system to me, they would say, Roland would say something like this. Man, what would these stupid black men refuse to vote for Democrats, and what's happening to Republicans, he's beating us. And if they just get us in office, we can fix things for them, but they're too stupid to understand it. That's how they paint the picture. And if I'm from Mars and I don't understand it, I'm going to say, well, yeah, this sounds stupid. I appreciate that. They're going to say, that sounds stupid. You're right. That do sound stupid. Why don't you just vote for the team so they can get stuff? And then somebody's going to enter the chat. They're going to say, sir, they've had all of that and they never did anything. And then that man who fell for Mars is going to say, well, why didn't you do it when you had your people? And then Roland's going to say, you're just stupid, don't understand how politics work. Yes, you're right. We don't. Politics works this way. We supposed to get riled up or whatever you tell us to get riled up about. And at the end of the day, we don't never ever supposed to get anything. I heard Van Lathan, not the one that be on TMZ, but the one that used to bald-headed one with glass, Van something. I watched this dude on the Breakfast Club one day. This was going into the 2020 election. And wasn't always crying so all the time. This motherfucker said to black folks, you may have to take an L this time and let the immigrants get it. And then next time we'll worry about you. He parted his lips. And he didn't say that verbatim, but that was in the colloquials of Van Jones. That's it. Van Jones said that stupid shit right out of his mouth. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, so the people who are the foundation of it all don't supposed to want anything? I'm not going to vote because you're shaming me. I am unshameable at this point when it comes to politics because you told me this is a democracy. You told me that you care about me. So if you care about me, then you need to do right by me. It is not my job to chase up behind you to make sure you do what you said you were going to do. So for all the people who are mad at Killer Mike about Stacey Abrams and Kamala Harris had an opportunity to tell you what she was going to do for you. She chose to be incoherent and staying to the script, whether it was off script or not. This woman does not know anything about politics. Donald Trump knows nothing about politics. There is nothing to know about politics. The only thing you need to know about politics is this. Everybody buys into this one collective system. Somebody runs this collective system, and if they feel threatened, they remove that threat. But they're going to keep the system going, and they're going to keep putting barriers between you, the person that he's putting in a grieving or put at the bottom. They're going to keep putting layer and layer and layer in front of you. They're going to shame you in the media. They're going to attack you with their military. They're going to attack you in your water. They're going to do everything they need to do to stay in power, and they're even going to use your stupidity to do it. They will have people out here telling themselves that they are the problem, even though every day they'll tell you statistically they the problem. Black folks won't hold themselves accountable. Black folks have the 16th largest economy in the world. Black folks get up every day and make a way. Don't talk to me about how lazy we are. No, that's a shaming tactic again. Remember this. This is how bad they get us in every facet. Zaddy attacks a black woman. I'm gonna call her loosely a black woman. The one, and I'm sorry, man. This woman did not deserve to get pum by that man. But this man proceeds to hurt her, and then all that has happened since that moment, it has been an attack on black men. Black men are the devil. Black men done messed up everything. Black men ought to be ashamed of themselves for attacking black women. And that's all because one man did something to his family. How do we all get held accountable, but none of y'all say that white tea men were violent and they need to be taken out and all this other good jazz when he did it to that young lady in South Africa? All of a sudden, we have to hold. I didn't do anything to that young lady. I would never do anything to that young lady. I would never be so angry with a person that I would want to ever do that to a child. I love babies. No, you're not going to sit here and write article. You're not going to have sit downs and I have to feel guilty for something I would never do. Black folks, stop letting them shame you. You can't shame me into saying I'm a violent person. No, I'm not. Well, your kind's violent. Sir, there's violent people in every culture. There's some violent women. There's some violent men. There's some violent chimpanzees. Are we going to wipe out every group of people because they have a violent person inside of it? If that's the case, why are the white tea men walking around at all? Because we can prove his every day. No, it's the projection. Let me say this and I'll leave it all alone. I've been on here forever with y'all guys. Stop allowing people to tear your culture down to the point where it got you attacking each other. Do I know of black women who do some dumb Yes. But them women are not a representation of the collective of women that I know. Do I know some men who done whooped up on their women before? Yes. Those men are not part of the collective of all the men that I know. And I'm not going to shame any of us on either side. If people can sit back and say that people who support Meg Thee Stallion for her getting her feeling, and I too don't think anybody should get cheated on if that's what happened. But what I'm going to tell you is, for a brother like myself, is this. You can't talk to me about after you've been on the stage, I think the Grammys was on Scissoring with a song called Wet Air Pussy, and then think that I'm going to look at you like the lady that should be respected. I'm going to tell you that's a problem for me. And that has nothing to do with her being cheated on. I'm saying if you want to be looked at a certain way, you have to go out and you have to go and conduct yourself the way you want to be looked at. And that's for men too. Clay out here going on live. I don't think he even going live. He on live trying to make it look like he cool. Everything fine, everything cool. No, it ain't. You screwed up and you feel bad about it. But you got to save face when you go out there and do it. But I say to all of them all the time, those things like that are never going to work. You want to know why Clay and Megan not going to work ever? They can't work. Because when you get together with someone, and I'm going to speak this real and I'm gone. When you get into a real relationship with someone, a real relationship, and hit the like button too on the way out. Let me get that. Hit as many times as you like. I appreciate you guys. But if you enter into a relationship, what I need for you people to understand who are single right now, single people, if you enter into a relationship and you refuse to change, pivot, compromise on anything other than what you envisioned your relationship to be, you have already lost, because no human is going to move in that fashion for you. If you don't understand that your relationship takes a lot of context, honesty, and nuance for it to work, meaning if Meg Thee Stallion is in the studio all the time away from her man, and if Clay is shooting that pigskin through a hoop, I can promise you when they get together, they're not having conversations about their relationships 9 times out of 10. They getting together, taking pictures, and posting for the gram. The reason why those relationships always fail is because you taking photos instead of talking. You taking photos versus diving deep into your relationship. You have to understand that, especially when you get a little age on you. I think they're in their 30s, yes. And you, by the time you make your 30s, you have been through a few relationships. You still have insecurities. You have things. Clay as a guy. Clay Thompson as a guy with money, came from money. I can promise you this. Being vulnerable ain't one thing he knows how to do, because he ain't never had to be it. Girls threw themselves at him, so he ain't never had to open up to no young lady. He don't know how to do that. That's why he cheated so much and so easily. Meg Thee Stallion, I can promise you this. If you feel comfortable scissoring another woman on the stage, I promise you, no one told you that the way you treat or look at or be with a man has to be a specific man. I can promise you that, because you would have never done it. Oh, no. Any woman who wants a man who understands men know that if I do this, scissoring move that I am shrinking my pool of decent dudes that I'm going to get with. And I get it. It shouldn't be that way. I don't talk about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. I deal in the reality of where you're at. Reality says this. If I lie Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but on Saturday I tell the truth and I say, please believe me, you going to say you a liar and I can't believe you. No one's going to come defend me and say, yeah, but he could be telling the truth this time. But that's the same thing for me. You can't present yourself in that fashion and then you want sympathy. That's why I'm only speaking to the men are not picking on her that she got cheated on. They're saying to her like this is that a lot of people don't have sympathy for you, male and female, because of the way you moved. It's a reason why y'all all glorified the 90s and the way women carried themselves and look, they didn't move like that. It's not just the short haircut and the bob. It won't just that. It was a mindset. It was a movement. It's the way you got down. Even the video girls that we picked it. Oh my God, they so covered up. Go look. What's the name? Go look at the old video with God. What's his name? Mystical. I remember shake it fast. I'll say the edited version. I went back and watched that video. So this is the most tame video ever. So it's just that they've taken our culture. And they're running it in the ground. Let me see the comment. Let me see what you said. Yeah, you know better, you do better. I agree. But anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Everybody showing. But look, let me tell you before I get out of here. Straight up, though, they really have stifled the pages. So I'm going to need all the love and support I can get. So I do these around noon every day. Okay? And you can listen to the playback on 300 Radio and the #1 on YouTube. I keep the live I'm streaming right now. I always have the playback up there so you can watch the playback. But I normally go between 1:12ish, 1. But I was super late today. But kiss my ass. Technical difficulty. But I appreciate everybody for showing up. Catch me then. I have another show that I do called the Backstage Pass. What I do on that one is, on that page, I just basically come back on anything that the people in the comment section want to talk about, we can talk about. I give more insight on who I am and my background. You talking about a Renaissance black man, Ray. I've been into a lot of things over a lot of time. And of course, follow the backup page. I had to create a whole nother backup page because they are stifling me so bad. So if you look up L.Talk on TikTok and on YouTube, you should see it. Go and hit the subscribe button. I'll be throwing up some content on that coming up too. I'm doing an experiment to see if they really are shadow banning me like I think they are. So, but anyways, I appreciate the love. Let me close this thing on now. You guys, like I said, if you want to catch, and I have a wrestling podcast too for all my wrestling fans. So anybody want to get into that, let me know. I may even be doing that later today. But either way, I appreciate you. Catch you on the next one. All right, peace. YouTube, I'm gonna catch you on the next one. All right. I appreciate all the love for everybody who showed up. Too, y'all can get active. Hit me in some comments in the section. I don't have a problem in it. I can actually see the chat now. So let's chat it up a little bit, man. A little bit more next time. And I'll be back on tomorrow, hopefully. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Let me get this thing off too. All right, peoples. Peace. And let me see over here. My peoples. I think over here, L. Dot. I know this ain't got nothing up here. Let's see what we got going. Guys, I gotta close this out too. Shoot. Hold on a second. My bad, guys. My bad, my guys. So, but anyways, guys, let me close this thing on out too over here if I can figure out how to do it. Alright, give me 2 seconds. Chat, boom. Alright, my peoples, I'm out of here.